Okay, we are back in Trailmakers, and today I'm going to be showing off three of my Republic Star Wars builds. So we're going to start it off with the quite iconic LAATI gunship. So it's got pretty good controls, I would say. So you press up and it starts hovering left and right on the 4-pad. Do the yaw. Of course, right trigger does the thrust forward. Actually, let me repair to get rid of those pesky little quantum rudder trails. X makes the ball turrets actually move. I would have done extra guns on the wings, but due to complexity, yeah, that wasn't really in the budget. But yeah, so pretty much it's quite a stable platform actually, very durable. Doesn't seem I did remove quite a lot of the thrusters from it, mainly due to just again complexity. And I didn't want it to oh yeah, right trigger is the mass driver cannons on the top. I also added a weak spot on this, so on both of the mass charger cannons or the mass driver cannons on this thing, there is a piece of dynamite, so if that gets hit, your wing kind of blows off, which I feel like that would have been a more accurate weak spot, so I decided to add that for fun. Then on the front, we have two black cannons that are fine-tuned to actually, you know, give a nice even rate of fire. Okay, we'll leave these guys just so we have more enemies to fight. But yeah, this thing is pretty good. It also does work in space. I had to do quite a few modifications in order to make that happen. I had to mess around with the logic and stuff. But yeah, this thing does work in space, and it adjusts how much thrust it uses based on the amount of gravity that it experiences. Uh-oh. Yep, there it goes. And yeah, there we go. Now we're crashed. Wonderful. Okay, repair that, and let's just move on to the next build. Next we have, if it would just, I guess it's not going to allow me to do that, I guess. Because, you know, my ideas are, you know, I guess I can't just have any of my ideas just come to fruition. Next we have the clone turbo tank, or Juggernaut. This thing goes quite fast in an open space. I think it goes 70, but on the snow I'd say it goes fast enough at around 50 to 45. So yeah, functions of this thing: if you press down on the 4-pad, you get a rear cockpit view, and forward on the 4-pad gives you the nice scout tower view that zooms you in quite a bit. On top you have two laser turrets. The one on the back only has one laser, the top turret has two, just for better firepower. Then right trigger does the cannons on the front, and left on the 4-pad does the rocket pods that are out the sides. I originally wanted to actually have it so the rocket pods actually folded into the actual vehicle, but it just wasn't happening. Okay, we took a lot of damage there. Actually, let me showcase how durable it is. This thing is actually extremely durable. Well, I'd imagine it would be because this thing is literally coated in armor plates, but especially so against this Mega Drill. I think it took like a good dozen barrages in order for that not Mega Drill, Destructo artillery piece to actually take me down. So this thing can tank quite a lot of hits. I really wish I could have made the wheels a bit wider, but there wasn't really a way for me to go about doing that. Up the hill. There we go. Alright then, left on the floor pad engages the, it allows it to have better, like, traction on surfaces while in low gravity areas. So it has a lot of functionality beyond just being a giant turbo tank. Oh, will we take a hit? No. Their artillery was a bit too slow. Just too slow. Oh, also the rear turret doesn't turn fully around. Otherwise it would just go through the tank, and that doesn't really look the most, you know, realistic. But yeah, I would definitely redo quite... Oh, I'm glad that you can shoot through walls. This man's got wall hacks. Oh, there we go. Yeah, we took a direct hit, and we're pretty much fine. Yeah, we're fine. We keep going. We keep going. So actually, it blew out quite a bit of our cockpit. So. Okay, let's deal with all these minor turrets. So yeah, as you can see, well, it took out a sizable portion of the actual, you know, like, front cockpit. But, you know, there we go, it's down. So yeah, this thing, just kind of it's just an absolute beast. It really can just tank as many hits as you want it to. Like, I believe we took a direct side hit, and from the main artillery piece, and it only did, like, kind of minor damage to the side armor. So, though of course where there isn't armor, like where all the wedge pieces are around the front cockpit and the rear one, those are going to be a bit more vulnerable. But other than that, this thing is pretty well defended. So I gotta admit, my favorite feature is the little scout tower on the top. That really is the cherry on top for me. Let's see. I want a nice flat area for this because I suppose it'll work here. Okay, next up we have the third iconic vehicle and the last one. This is a bit different of a style of mech. I couldn't really figure out a working walk cycle for it, so it kind of just uses a bit of a strange method to walk, where it has two rotating servos that go 360 degrees each, and those go around, and that provides the forward movement. Now this thing is actually quite... Oh, I forgot I added that. So this system was hard to implement. The feet actually turning to allow it to steer, that took forever. That actually took ages. So yeah, we have two guns, we have two blasters, a flak cannon on top that doesn't really have the most traverse, but you know, it's fine. So yeah, the ATT is definitely a work in progress. I will probably experiment around with things for this. So yeah, a lot of systems went into this. Also, just to make the ride with this thing a lot smoother, there's a rotate. Oh, I thought there was a rotating servo. well, there's hinges in between. Oh, there is a rotating servo. So there's a rotating servo and hinges that are on no controls and lower strength. That way, it just feels a bit more natural when it's walking, and it actually doesn't like bounce and jolt around a lot. So yeah, this thing's extremely slow. Let's, you know, actually, oh right, I have auto forward on. I'm not sure what I was holding. Okay, I was gonna switch to the Juggernaut again to try and, you know, oh wait, we don't want to do that, otherwise it'll just, otherwise I'd have to actually spawn it in manually. But I can actually show off the Juggernaut's top speed in this more open area. So now that we're in the open, did I misremember how fast it went? Oh, maybe, oh, I probably removed engines. It's been a while since I built this, but I think I removed engines just to save on complexity. Because my thought behind it was like, it's a tank. Well, it's technically a tank. Is it? Because it doesn't have, I mean, what really is a tank, to be honest? Because you could consider, like, what's a good example? You could consider a Puma to be like a tank, even though it's like a wheeled armored fighting car, IFV sort of thing, or something like a Daimler Mark II from War Thunder. Oh no, what are your little... Oh wait, I gotta spare you guys for a second. I gotta spare you so the ATTE can have its shot. So yeah, it has... Yeah, the lasers are definitely the only thing that's really keeping this thing alive. I kind of wish that in the update they added a way that kind of, you know, added the mech walk cycle and made it more accessible. Because it still feels like mechs are a bit too complex to make. It really requires, like, a lot of technical ability in this game. But it's fine. It doesn't really matter. I don't remember. I think I probably removed the system, but I think originally I had it so it would work in space. So whenever it was in low to no gravity, it would automatically use thrusters to push it down into the ground and keep it, like, quote-unquote magnetized to stuff, which would be more accurate because ATTEs would have had magnetic feet. I also had to remove it'll keep walking, but these little, like, skirts back there, I would have been there, but due to the steering mechanism, it just really doesn't like that. And this is also one of my few mechs that can go up slopes. The only other mech that I have that actually does good for, like, hills and stuff is my AT-ST, which I've shown a plethora of times, if I'm going to be honest. So yeah, if we just take my AT-ST right here, which I think it turned out really nice. Okay, where are hills? I suppose it's probably just easiest from here. Yeah, this slope will do. This thing actually can make it most of the way up the mountain, right there. So as you can see, my AT-ST can pretty well climb slopes. It does tend to, like, drift off to the side for whatever reason. I think it's due to the stabilizers not liking that I'm going up a steep slope. But yeah, it can climb pretty steep faces. But it's not. We're not talking about this. This isn't the point of the video. Anyway, yeah. Let me bring out the gunship just to end it off. But, yeah, so those are 3 of my Republic builds. My Star Wars builds. Honestly, I think Star Wars builds are the most fun for me to make in this game. Because they're kind of easy to make. They have, like, pretty simple shapes to them. Well, depending on the scale, of course. But it's not the most difficult to replicate. Because oftentimes in Star Wars, vehicles are made just by simple, like, well, at least film-wise, are made by, like, just common objects. Anyway, yeah, so that has been my, more Star Wars builds showcase, and, hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye.